Hello, my gentlemen friends and some ladies. You're on Fragdiction channel, and that means it's time for another in-depth review for a fragrance. Today, it's a comparison between a very popular set of Tom Ford's best sellers. It's Costa AZZURRA versus Costa AZZURRA Parfum. These are the ones that are on the market right now, the signature line. But a little note has to be said that it all started with Costa AZZURRA in the private blend that was launched back in 2014 and had a huge note breakdown. And some of those notes are still undoubtedly present in the blend now, but maybe without mentioning. But still, as all the private blend offerings, it was unisex fragrance by default. And they still are, as for me, but I think they're still heavily leaning into masculine territory, especially in the openings. So to tell the truth, I didn't smell the original from 10 years ago, original Costa AZZURRA, but it seems to me that this particular smell, at least the ones that are available now, is very woody and marine, and on some skin types is getting more woody, some more musky. It depends on your chemistry. On others, it can be even very unisex due to its overdose of that coniferous cypress oil content. In fact, all three types represent that Mediterranean escape. All of the three types, the older batch, these two. Eau de Parfum in the clear glass bottle of the signature collection was launched in 2021. It is a considered fougere citrus profile, and the notes include sea air, fresh aromatic notes, evergreens and citrus, and woods including cypress and oak. The main accords are listed as cypress oil, oak wood extract, and lemon. In this particular Eau de Parfum version, for me, on start, I smell some kind of fruit. I don't know why it's not listed, but it definitely has something fruity for me. It's not just lemon, as it says. It's something more. It has tiny hint of sweetness, a trace of orange or something like that. But that feeling lasts only 15 minutes. And then all the way, it is not sweet at all. And even savory, I would say, instead, because of those marine vibes. And just to be clear, there's no 90s flair in this fragrance at all. No cologne style note of aquatics from back then, not at all. It just has some kind of a reminder of a distant seaweed accord. I don't know why, like an iodine breeze. It's very realistic, and that note of sea breeze reads as the air blowing from the beach after a major storm. This is how I feel this fragrance. The first 1.5 to 2 hours, it is radiating the calm sunshine of very smooth, natural lemon along with that sea breeze. It has a spicy kick for me, by the way. But because of its complexity, in the top note structure especially, you don't perceive it as spicy. It just interchanges the texture of cool and warm wind gusts for me. It's masterfully blended. Very interesting. I don't remember a fragrance that had, well, I kind of do remember a fragrance that has very similar vibes. Doesn't smell the same at all. It's called Ashore from Amouage. But this has absolutely different smell, but it has like a wave structure as for me. Later in the heart and base, it gradually goes into that coniferous resin of a cypress oil, mixed in with smoky accords and a dash of maybe oak moss materials, a little sour note out there that leave an impression of citrus for the longest time. It is also possible to detect a faint hint of vanilla. I don't know why it doesn't say here, but like there is something in that realm, in the base, like far away in the base, especially in colder weather. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not vanilla. Maybe it's another resin of a kind. And I enjoy this version both in the air and off my own skin. And yes, maybe it's not as deep as the Parfum and long lasting. Yes, it's not as long lasting, but it turns, I would say in terms of a olfactory experience, the smell, in my eyes, this stands the same ranking as the Parfum. They're just a little different. This version has a little, like a transparent quality of that sillage. It lasts about 10 hours on my skin, has massive diffusive properties for about 1 to 1.5 hours, and then goes to moderate performance. And maybe after hour 5, it turns into the skin scent. Perfect for high heat, for work, for free time on the beach, can be dressed up or down, even for a black tie event, definitely. This smells very expensive, very. But I think the best it shines in the casual setting. It's so calm, so smooth and confident, relaxed. It is an amazing morning scent to wake up before a long work day. Very easy to wear. As easy, almost as easy as Costa AZZURRA Parfum. This one in the golden bottle. It was launched in 2022. The notes are listed as crisp lemon, magnified oak wood extract, and cypress, cistus absolute, and ambers. The main accords are also cypress oil, salty amber, oak wood extract, and I also believe, yes, maybe not like it's not listed, but I smell a dash of like that accord of European oud, especially noticeable in the opening. That's really interesting. Not in the dry down, but in the opening. And maybe in a very, very deep dry down. This version is less citrusy and not fruity at all for me. I don't smell fruit here at all. I'm gonna try to spray it like this. Does not have any of that orange. I mean, in here, I can definitely, well, not anymore, but yeah, I feel like there's a trace, like very little, like woody material or oudy. Yeah, no fruits. It goes woody marine almost at the very beginning and when you spray it out. And right away, there's a salty blast of wet waves over the old wooden boat. It's a little metallic, little cold, and the lavender, I would say this one has some kind of lavender note. Later, it goes into an overdose of that coniferous aromatic note on my skin, and I cannot detect anything of myself until like maybe 8 hours plus passed. On me, this reminds me of like an amber sap dripping off cypress tree or pine, spruce, juniper tree. It's that liquid that in thousands of years turns into real precious amber gemstone. So this is what I think about when I smell this particular version of Costa AZZURRA on my skin. And there's also a smoky, incensey quality to it. I don't know where it comes from. It comes off me. It falls very basic and flat over maybe 3 hours on me, and I'm not interested. But on some people, it's just amazing, and they love to wear it. I think this is not a good blind buy at all. Even if you love aquatics, if you're a fan of Tom Ford, if you're a fan of resinous fragrances, and in general, still, this is not a good blind buy. I believe that some people can't wear it. So if you're thinking about blind buying, just get this one. For sure, it's gonna not miss the point. But it could be a little too strong. And sometimes, I'm not joking, on myself, it can make me tear up because of those evaporations, the cloud of vapors. But I have to say one more thing. This bottle is about 1.5 years old, and it maturated to the perfection. But from the beginning, I actually thought I would be able to wear this because it wasn't that strong. And they were very similar. So when I bought them about the same time, and this one stayed about the same, except the performance is outstanding now. First, it was kind of lacking. It was in about, you have to wait like 3 to 4 months if you want the good performance out of these fragrances. Just put them away for 3-4 months in a dark place after initial spray, and they're going to be okay. But right after opening the bottles, they were so similar, I could not tell much of a difference. Now, these are all 2 different fragrances, absolutely. On my man, the Parfum version is so much better than EDP. Absolutely. It has like a dense veil, very opaque. It's impossible to miss. It has some lemony lavender spice. They are prominent on him for the longest time, and almost all the way that distant seaweed accord is recognizable. Stunning. So fresh, very natural. And after about hour 4, the projection comes like from fairly large, yes. It goes back to moderate. And ideally, if it matches your skin chemistry, you'll smell more of those deep woods, more resins, and maybe probably something of the realm of labdanum or, I don't know, smoky dry down. Parfum version is very hard to wash off skin. And on clothes, it lasts over 12 hours, like forever. Even on skin, it's over 12 hours. It's perfect for applying some light fragrances over the base of Costa AZZURRA Parfum. Yes, overall, these two can be used as day to night, anytime, anywhere, universal signature scent. But if you prefer something, I don't know, more serious, boozy, sweet, maybe seductive for date night, after all day wearing Costa AZZURRA, the Parfum variety works better in the task of layering. But EDP is also great. So Eau de Parfum has a very dense base that layers amazing with a lot of masculine fragrances. It makes them even more long-lasting, more projecting. I actually have an offer for you. Yeah, well, I have a suggestion. They work amazing with Noir Extreme. This just, I mean, so good. This is all Tom Ford's. You can't get really wrong. You can also add something in the realm like La Nuit de l'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent. That fragrance is famous for its fleeting character, absolutely. But if you spray it over Costa AZZURRA Parfums, 7+ or 8th hour of wear, it's not only going to last you longer, I mean the Yves Saint Laurent, but it will make it more complex and more interesting fragrance. By the way, I recently found out that there are only 100 milliliter bottles of this on the Tom Ford's website. I actually thought there are 50 milliliters available like Eau de Parfum, but maybe there was always like that. So apparently there are two sizes of EDP. It's 50 and 100, and this one is only 100. So always try to find a good discount. Actually, all three of these fragrances I bought back in the day for Sephora. Like I had some points there, and plus I had 20% off. Like it turned out really well. But what I wanted to say, you probably don't need both of these. They are very similar, especially in the first half year after opening. So just try out which one works better for you. This one is more thick and dense, and you don't need to overspray this. But like if you want really, really outstanding projection, you can definitely overspray the Eau de Parfum. It will have the same effect. They both will stay long on your skin, and but still they're very close in the scent department. Just if you have an opportunity to try them, just do that. Yeah, don't buy two, especially blind buy. It's just doesn't work. It's not worth it. The EDP is safe for blind buy, I'd say. And it's not only for the lovers of a fresh, aquatic, and woody fragrances. And it's still a really, really well blended, amazing fragrance. Anyways, try before you buy. The Parfum has to be tested on skin, no doubt. And as I said earlier, they get so much better with time. And now Le Parfum is almost a beast mode. Have you tried one of these or any of these? Write down some comments about it down below, because for a while, the bottles are fresh. Yeah, some in the beginning when you just buy it. And Eau de Parfum in particular, for some people, can be perceived as a very fleeting fragrance, as a body spray for 2 hours. I think just some people are not as patient as we are, fragrance enthusiasts, and they're not even trying to return to it in like a half year and try it again, maybe. Yeah, so there's so many complaints on eau de parfum. So these are amazing for summer, but can be used in any weather, definitely. And they have that meditative vibe. This one is even too much for me. I wanted to share with you one more fragrance with the same very similar vibe, but it has different notes. This is Lineage from Amouage. It has very, like, it's also very, very comfortous, but it's myrrh. The main note in here is myrrh. And this is the fragrance that doesn't make me fall asleep. Like, I once sprayed it at around 9 p.m. and I couldn't sleep at all that night because it was just wafting off me and it woke me up. It's like a morning yoga. The same for me is with this, but even worse. So just beware of that. Musical associations about these two. For eau de parfum, especially. There is definitely piano, very light. And there are beats of waves, sounds in unison with the wind gusts. Maybe there's a voice from far away, like an echo of indistinguishable prayer. Yes, it is meditative, a lot. The parfum variation, on the other hand, is louder. It has more rhythmical tone. The voice in this one is definitely masculine and more daring. And there's audible saying, it is an ode to Neptune, the god of sea. No piano detected. That's it for music for today. Thank you so much for watching this far. Don't forget to put the thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. Maybe watch some other videos like this over here. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye. I'll leave the Lineage down below. There will be a link. See you soon. Bye.